You know, this place is just turning into a mess here. Look at this construction zone everywhere. Tools, clamps, rulers, levels, splice plates, screws. Running out of space here. But I mean, that's the room that I have, so. Anyways, hello, railroad modelers and model railroad fans. Welcome back to the layout. Now, I spent the whole day cutting wood and, measuring and playing with geometry, because over there, that this is the Lockport area. There is the pier 1, 2, and 3, I guess. 1, 2, and 3. Wait, sorry, 1, 2, and 3. And that had to be cut out and, jigsaw out or whatever. But it was one of those days when it was sunny, clear, and cooler. I mean, nice to work outside, but probably nicer to just walk around and enjoy the fall colors and stuff. But, I want to get this going, and once the colder and days and snow comes down, then, you can't really do much outside. So I want to finish all the bench work on the lower level and then just, deal with track laying and stuff like that. So I think I'm on a good path towards that. So I have everything cut, and this side of the layout, lower level, is all fixed. Well, actually, I still have a few more screws to put on the brackets here. This side still needs to be fixed, but the benchwork is all cut and fitted, and I even did a little piece here that's gonna connect to the helix, so it's gonna look good. And I need to raise this a 1/4 inch, because if you can see here, let's see if I can come down. And that's 1/4 inch lower, this surface. So basically, for one layer of the helix, I need to bring it up so that it can merge with the track here. It will be easier. Which means that the track at the far end will have to climb up 1/4 inch. But it's okay. I mean, there's like, 5 feet there. 4, so it's not gonna be a big deal. I think I mentioned in one of the previous videos that the gate is too long. And when you swing it open, it hits the benchwork here. Hits the peninsula. And that's because I've offset it in 2 axes, this way and that way, so that it pulls away from the benchwork here, but end up being too long, and that was just, unforeseen for me at the time. So I've decided to shorten the gate. And I figured if I shorten the gate here and here, and move the hinges here, then it will open up. It will basically be shorter this way and open up less this way. And I only need like up to here. I only need like 2-3 inches, so that's not much. So I'm gonna proceed with that. I've already started figuring out how I'm gonna align this. So over here it already lines up because I have those magnets and stuff. But here I'm gonna screw 2 pieces of plywood on top of this surface, so that when I lay it down, it lays flat and then everything is matching. And then, I just screw it down because I already pre-drilled the holes and put the screws in. So now when I cut it off, put the hinges back on the edge here, then I can screw this back in and everything will line up perfectly, hopefully. And then I'll screw the other side of the hinge back to the mounting point, and then that should be that. So let's see what happens next. So the hinges are off, and there they are with all the screws. I marked the lines where the holes are. So any place I cut now, I'll have the markers where to make the holes, and that will line up that way. So I think I'm gonna just cut maybe 3 or 4 inches off. That should be enough. I don't think it's gonna affect any stability or anything of the gate. And I think it should be okay. Probably this much, because this still needs to fit on top of that board. So we'll see what happens. I probably have to reinforce that, add a couple more screws there, remove that middle one, because that's probably gonna be in the way. With my luck, those screws are gonna end up being in the way. So, yep. So the hinge has to fit on this, opened up, something like that. So that's how long it needs to be, basically. So for the size of the hinge. Okay, well, now it's time to cut. It's night here, so I can't go outside and cut. I'm just gonna use my jigsaw and make as straight cut as I can. So we'll see. More to come. There's the gate cut. Now I can't find 8 by 1.5 inch screws, wood screws. Usually I make it a point to have all these random screws in stock or on hand, and now I don't seem to have a box of 8 by 1.5 because I want to drive those here. I think 8 by 2 would be too long. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just sort of randomly struggling with these things. Anyways, I'm gonna go and look for them, reinforce this, then put this gate back in there, and then I'm gonna get another video going. Of course I need to put the brackets on and stuff, so I mean hinges, not brackets. Here is the next update in the gate modification, and as you can see, it's back to where it's supposed to be. These are like in their holes, but of course now because the hinge has been moved, the spacing here, as you can see, is wider because of that main hinge, whatever axis, or the pin, the hinge pin. So I think I'll have to kind of chip into this plywood a bit here, along there, so that this lays flush with the plywood. But you know, never a dull moment here, so we'll see. The spacing here is still okay. I mean, that's how it was before. And there we go. You know, you can't build a layout without the right tools. And you know, I could have used my chisel and hammer, but the oscillating tool made this like a 2-minute job. Bit of vacuum, bit of oscillating tool, and it's fine. You know, it fits in the groove, and then the hinge turns unobstructed, so that's what we want. So let's get the gate back on and then fit it, put the screws, and then see what happens, because you know, no waiting, gotta push forward. And all the braces are off, and the moment of truth is upon us. Yep. That definitely clears the peninsula. Now, here is the other problem. It doesn't go all the way because of the thickness of the plywood. But that's, you know, another problem that just comes up while you're doing stuff like this, and nothing that an oscillating tool can fix. So I'm just gonna shave off a corner here and corner there, and then it can open all the way to the helix. But I think this is pretty good. It turned out pretty good. Nothing has been affected. I mean, the gate still clears here and closes, and magnets catch, and everything is flush, and everything is flush here. And actually, you can see here, like it's almost like touching, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's flush, so it looks good. Not gonna go anywhere, so just gonna shave off these corners here, and then we can call this a success. I guess you don't need to see me doing that, because I mean, we all know what the outcome is. Lockport here, according to the plan. I need better lights here. But I mean, I don't want to be putting lights yet, because... Okay, so that's the Lockport area, and you can see all the blue. Let's see if I can focus that. That's all these areas here. And if we go over there, so... That's, I guess, Pier 1. That's here. And then Pier 2, that's here. And then Pier 3 is that kind of weird area there. But I guess it's gonna extend like up to here, and then like that, go up to that, and then it's going to be some kind of an embankment or something, I guess, because the track's gonna, remember, climb up a 1/4 inch, and then it just goes around there. So that's that. I gotta put a shorter bracket there. I'm trying to put brackets that are, I don't know, 2-3 inches shorter than the surface itself. Okay, 3 to 4 inches. So that gives me space if I want to put lights underneath, or if I want to run wires on the front. Some people run wires on the front, and there is a wisdom to that, because then you don't have to crawl all the way underneath and try to fish wires from wherever if everything is on the front. But this is shelf style benchwork. Wires on the front usually work better when you have a open framework, right? So you have the grid, and then you have risers and stuff, and then you put everything on the front. But I don't think I could have done that here, because I would have lost a lot on the heights, right? So the shelves are basically minimum thickness, aside from the thickness of the brackets, but I mean that's tapering towards the back, so I have to see about doing backdrops sooner than later. And I was considering doing that vinyl flashing for the homes, except you can't buy it in Canada, so I've been looking if I can order from eBay or something. They only sell aluminum one here, and that's too stiff, and I don't want to be cutting my fingers on that. But if I get vinyl flashing, then I can get those adhesive magnets with adhesive tape on it or whatnot, and then cut them on every 16, as you can see, and then the vinyl will just sort of adhere, or magnetically adhere to the brackets, to the uprights, because they're steel. And I think that would be pretty cool, and then you don't have to worry about spray adhesive or anything else or whatever, because you can sort of work the backdrop away from the layout. I mean, you could unroll it on the floor or whatever, paint it, and then bring it back in the layout room and sort of just run it along, and then it will just attach to the uprights. But that's just the idea I have. I don't know if that's workable or not. I still have a lot of 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch hardboard from the old N-scale layout, and it's conveniently painted blue already. Although it's a single shade of blue, it's not like one of those gradients that you have like a color where the sky gets brighter as you come towards the horizon or whatever. But I mean, I suppose I could repaint it, I don't know. So the plan for this session, I guess, is get all this stuff attached, and I don't know if I'm gonna build the piers now or should just leave it like this. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to build them. Over here for the river, I basically made like a shelf, and I just cut 3 1/4 pieces vertically. I mean, I cut them and then I attach them vertically, and it looks like a drawer. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, drawer, not shelf. But yeah, like it's a drawer that kind of like doesn't come out, just hangs down. Over there, and this is 4 inches here, and I don't know if I made a mistake to make it that deep. I mean, it's gonna be a real gully here or whatever, I don't know. But I don't know, I mean, it should give enough modeling choices here for the river scene or the creek. On the other side, I don't know how deep to go for the piers. I want to use those car floats, the barges or whatnot, and I guess it all depends on what kind of cranes or whatever I would use. I don't know. I have to see. Anyways, I mean that's the update for now, so I'm just gonna muck around with stuff, and thanks for watching.